favor?
I'd like to make the motion to approve everything else on the agenda.
Second. All those in favor?
Does that count? Well,
Yes, actually.
motion
It's
good.
always in order.
All you have to do-
Not nearly enough, I tell you.
all you have to do is jump to 13. All right, number 8. Deb, are we back on
Consent agenda.
Are you taping? Yep.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second by Ellen. All those in favor? Okay. Comments for the good of the order? The things we have on here, we got the new Board of Ed members will be touring the buildings on February 24th. The superintendent search was actually supposed to be under the executive session, so that's not there. Any other comments for the good of the order? Mr. Minnick?
Well, I'll go back to an issue which isn't, the issue is that when we went to vote on the teacher's contract, it was stated by Mr. Oliver that that the health benefit savings were going to offset the salary and step increases over a 3-year period. Mr. Oliver, you didn't say that?
What was I'm waiting for you to finish.
Okay. And then a week later, I read in the newspaper that next year we're looking at a $1.2 million increase in cost of the district for health benefits. We're going to make up, how are we going to make up in the next 2 years that 1.2 in years 2 and 3?
I'd be happy to show you that, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, question is...
Because you were at the meeting.
No, I'm not talking about that issue that we were talking about. I'm talking about your presentation to us at a meeting as a representation of why I should or shouldn't vote on that contract. And when I asked about how this was going to net out the district for a 3-year period, you said that health insurance benefits, the savings that we were going to get over a 3-year period was going to net out 0 in the district.
I handed out to everyone the cost analysis
Right.
of the, and I'd be happy to send it back to you. Danielle, you actually have it. If you want to send it to Mr. Rogers, it's more than welcome to have it. And you can see the same, you can see what exactly how we framed up the discussion.
So you stand by your statement that at the end of 3 years, health benefit cost will...
No, that's not what I
You're
said
going
was...
to have a $1.8 million in savings.
No. What we said when we were presenting it, we did not include any annual increase in insurance because we did not know what they would be.
Right.
We based our calculation of covering insurance expense on the current rate because we did not know if the RFP was going to go up, go down. We had no idea where it was going to go. So we couldn't project what it was going to be. So we said that it was a 0 plus whatever the annual increase in insurance would be, which is the cost we're going to bear no matter what.
You see the transcript to that thing?
It's,
Of what you said, not of the document, just what you said
so
before that night.
your vote was only on what I said, not on the information that the committee presented to
Yeah,
you.
because I wanted to know what the net effect of that
Can we
contract
explain
was
that?
for 3 years.
I just didn't realize I had that much
And
power.
you said that the net effect, because of the health benefit savings, was going to be a 0.
That's not entirely accurate.
And then like I said, do we have a transcript of that?
It
Matter of
says-
fact, that was a regular board meeting or special board meeting?
That was an executive session.
No, I'm talking about what you said when I questioned you before the vote at the last board meeting in which took place. I'm not talking about anything that you didn't say.
She takes the minutes.
You were at the last board meeting where we voted on this? Because it was a special board meeting.
She's the secretary of the board. if you'd like to pull up whatever Mr. Nardi's looking for. I'd love to see
Wasn't
what
the
kind of
last
hunt he's
regular
going
I
for.
board
don't
meeting.
know what,
What?
was it the
The night that-
January 18th regular board meeting?
No.
Do
It
you
was
know?
the special board meeting that we voted to approve the TEA contract.
No, I was not there. And we do not
We
record those.
we don't have anyone taking the minutes of special full board meetings.
Not word for word, it was not paper.
Was not. Which one was it in? It was just a
I
special
don't
meeting?
believe you were there.
No, I was not. The only special meetings I do is expulsion.
February 1st.
Okay. Andrew, I have no idea where you're going. I have no idea what you're trying to do. I just think this is completely counterproductive to everything we do.
What
as a
I'm
board,
trying to do
which
is
is not
when you make
characteristic of most of the things that we do here.
When you make presentations of fact, the board, which they rely on to make a vote, it should be accurate.
I think most of the board here felt that it was accurate. I think that you're misled. And you're part of all these meetings, Andrew.
And that's what I understood. That's
So
what I-
9 people get it right, 1 person doesn't
Well,
understand.
the rest of the board, ask
Pay
the rest of
attention,
the
you don't even
board.
read your board packet.
Did the rest of the board think that that was the case, that the tax?
They voted to approve, we all voted on the same information, Andrew.
At each meeting that we were at, that in executive session or out in the board, it was very clear. I made the statement at each one of them personally, that it was based on current insurance rates, we did not base it on projected increases. Because we did not know what the projected increases were going to be.
And all my question was, at the last board meeting, when I questioned you, at an open session, I asked what the net effect was going to be.
Andrew, I don't remember what I said. I can't tell you.
Okay. This was my recollection. And it bothered me that a week later, we're looking at a $1.2 million increase in health benefits for next year.
We didn't have the rates either. We didn't have the increase. We didn't. We just found that out.
And I'm not.
All right, we're not gonna get to the bottom of this because you have one recollection, he has another recollection, and we don't have a tape transcription of it, so we're not gonna sit here and keep arguing anything. We're done. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go on to committee reports. Budget committee. You have the meeting minutes here from your January 11th.
Yeah, we took action on everything that we discussed.
Okay. Personnel?
You have the meetings in front of you. Basically, we did a quick review of things, and we are working to get negotiating set up with our last union.
Okay, policy.
We're getting through our gap analysis and firming up with the unions.
Okay, school improvement?
Yeah, we're continuing to work looking at small learning communities, which is again a curriculum-related initiative. And I believe the next step in this process is the administration is going to narrow down a set of options that it will share with stakeholders across the district in terms of trying to come up with a set of how would I describe this? A set of defined a set of themed, I guess that's the best way to put it, themed learning communities. There's already existing, the administration has been adamant about pointing out, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. The school improvement committee is trying to find out successful applications of this idea in other communities, come up with a list of those that may be applicable to our community, and then put together a reasonable set of options to present to our stakeholders. That'll be the next stage. So, we'll just on that same path and we'll continue with the next meeting. Hopefully by the end of the next meeting, we will have been given some direction in conjunction with the administration about that set they want to present to stakeholders. Then they'll bring it in. At that point, they're going to open this up to any teachers, administrators, public, whoever they decide to bring into this. And I think you start hearing more about what people like and don't like how they do.
Okay, grievance, there was a grievance this past Monday The grievance was not settled, it was held open, so there'll be further information coming on that. Blue Ribbon Commission hasn't met since the last time we got together. Actually, we did have one. I don't know if I told you or not, but I did have Mr. Clark, the chairman of the Blue Ribbon Commission, is undertaking a recycling initiative in Torrington, because Torrington is not keeping pace with its requirements at the state. And he is working with the Oliver Wilkentech students to come up with a brochure, a multicolored, multi-page brochure. I suggested to him that he contact the Torrington High School, because we were, as a school improvement chair, challenging individual classes to come up with a project to help.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be a great project for one of the grades to undertake, because they could use it for 4 years and go through the elementary schools.
Thanks, terrific idea. So they can do that?
And yes, he said he would be contacting us. The brochure should be ready. We have a meeting next Tuesday.
Yeah.
The brochure should be ready, and then he was going to essentially use the Torrington kids for marketing.
Yep, just have to contact the administration.
Yep.
And school improvement. Because I think that this student at the beginning of the session is.
Food for kids.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's another great hack takes that on. It's fantastic.
Okay, school capacity committee? What's that?
It's finished.
Okay, that's not on
Minutes, final
there.
report.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman?
yes.
Got a comment for the policy committee, which I serve. I would like to make a recommendation that we put on the next agenda in anticipation of this technology program that's being rolled out. There's just so many pieces of this puzzle. And one of the things I think that the Board of Education can at this point tackle, one of the specific pieces, has to do with the contracting of services. And I'd like to review at the policy committee specifically all those policies that relate to how this district contracts out goods and services, and with the goal toward absolutely insisting that our policies reflect transparency and full disclosure of all those parties involved in contracted goods and services to the city. To me, this very large technology initiative is just completely ripe for a lot of money is going to be changing hands. A lot of money is going to be passed through school districts to implement this across the state of Connecticut, and it behooves us, I think, as a Board of Education, I think it's one of our ongoing primary functions to see that taxpayer dollars that we spend, are done efficiently and not, and not for personal gain. And I think our policies need to reflect that in no uncertain terms. So I'd like to see those, okay? Thank you.
Okay. Items for the upcoming agenda will be out-of-district transportation bid, the 12-13 budget, committee reports as usual. Our future meetings or policy is February 29th. School improvement is February 29th. We have budget on the 28th. There's a budget meeting on the 28th of February.
Yep.
There is also a budget committee meeting on March 7th and personnel committee on March 7th. I'm sorry? No, the 28th is just a special budget meeting to go over,
Yep.
the upcoming budget. Leads us to number 13. Can I have a motion for adjournment? Daniel, thank you. Second by David. All those in favor? We're out of here. 10:15.
Who was that seconded by?
Mr. Oliver.
Thank you.